Should you cut or bulk if you have this physique? The answer is actually none. You should actually do something called a body recomposition. With this physique, you have some fat and you're lacking muscle. So if you eat in a calorie surplus and you bulk, yes, you'll gain muscle, but you'll gain some fat as well. And on the other side, if you eat in a calorie deficit and you cut, you'll lose fat, but you also won't gain that much muscle. But a body recomposition allows you to do both at the same time. So instead of eating in a surplus or a deficit, you're eating at your calorie maintenance, while also eating 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. This allows you to replace fat mass with lean body mass. And so you'll achieve that goal of losing fat but also building muscle at the same time.
It's physiologically impossible to lose fat if you're not in a calorie deficit. Still at 25, guys, can't believe I have to say this out loud. Calorie deficit is the only mechanism behind fat loss, and body recomposition is always achieved from a smaller deficit or from a deficit in general. So if you have this type of physique, aka skinny fat, you should get in a smaller deficit to ensure continual fat loss. And considering you carry virtually no muscle, if you ensure you have sufficiently high protein intake, if your training intensity is on point and applying some type of overload, you'll gain muscle as a byproduct of that, aka body recomposition. You'll gain muscle and lose fat at the same time. But body recomposition should not be your primary goal. Body recomposition should and most likely will happen as a byproduct of doing things properly. But your primary goal should be getting leaner first, reaching decently lean starting point from which you can focus on packing on muscle later on, doing a proper lean bulk afterwards. But why should I get leaner first if I don't carry any muscle? For starters, because you're going to have a clear picture on how much muscle you're actually gaining during the properly done lean bulking process. Also, as you're getting leaner, you're going to get more insulin sensitive. You're going to optimize your insulin sensitivity. Basically, you're going to prime your muscle cells for nutrient uptake. And then there's the fact I already mentioned, you're going to gain muscle in the process anyway, if you play your cards right in terms of protein intake and training, that is, alongside losing fat, which otherwise wouldn't happen if you get in a caloric surplus or stay at a caloric maintenance. And before you write something really dumb in the comments just because you think you're eating at a caloric maintenance and achieving recomposition, if you're gaining weight or losing weight, and that's most likely what's happening, by definition you're not eating at a caloric maintenance. Not to mention, fat loss rate virtually always exceeds the natural muscle gain rate. And just to quickly summarize all this, for all of you who think I was talking about quantum mechanics moments ago, get in a caloric deficit, make sure you have sufficiently high protein intake, make sure you're training at a sufficient intensity, aka train close enough to contractile failure, and make sure you're applying some type of overload. That's how you're going to escape your skinny fat prison. Initially, you're still going to be skinny, but at least you're going to be lean with a little bit of muscle. And then later, if you do things properly, you're going to be lean with a lot of muscle.